Redundancy and job change or career change or changing the way that you generate your income, big topics of conversation at the moment, purely because we have had nearly a whole year, because it has been nearly a whole year. I know everybody talks about 6 months, but it's been a little bit longer than that now, where we've experienced lockdown due to COVID. And this has a big impact on the economy. So businesses are having to make decisions which involves restructuring, redundancies, upscaling, downscaling, and several of you will be impacted by this. But also, an awful lot of you will just simply be impacted by the fact that most of 2020, you have been controlled by guidelines and jurisdiction about how we behave and do things in life, and have decided actually you'd like to take control. And it's a same sort of feeling. It's a deep-seated emotional feeling, a desire to change. So redundancy puts you in a position where you need to change, and then this feeling, this reaction, is another need to change coming just from a different viewpoint, a different part of your psychology. So whilst you're thinking about that, one of the options to make that change may be that you want to start your own business. Well, that's great, but the big question is, well, how do you go about it? Do you start with a blank sheet of paper, or are there other options out there? Well, today I want to talk a little bit about the blank sheet of paper versus choosing the franchise route, which might be a route you haven't looked at, but honestly, I think you really should. And I'll talk to you a little bit about why. Well, firstly, through franchising, choosing a franchise option, you can learn from other people's mistakes rather than make your own. Now, doesn't that sound good? When you take a blank sheet of paper, you've got all the opportunities ahead of you with the mistakes that go alongside. Now, what's the point of making those mistakes when a franchise developer or franchisor who's created their own business and converted it has already made those mistakes? So by choosing a franchise, you're taking a tried and tested business model that the only mistakes you can really make is by not putting in the right amount of effort or following the procedure. Risk reduced massively. The second point, another person's pain doesn't have to be your pain. People always talk about, oh yes, well, when you go into business, there's pains. It doesn't have to be that painful, Business mistakes and learning curves can be really costly and cause massive emotional distress. And it doesn't matter how much you prepare or qualify yourself, I can guarantee you will not see some of the dangers, some of those holes, those traps coming soon enough to be able to create yourself an escape route to avoid them. With a franchise, the business model should prevent you from encountering these kinds of jeopardies. And also the franchise family should be mentoring you to steer you away from any that you might be drawn towards and help you to succeed. It's in their interest. Not only do you invest in them, but they invest in you. They do not want a failing franchisee. Thirdly, not everyone is your friend when you start a business. I came across two types. There were the ones who considers me to be quite mad, lost my sanity. And what I learned is actually that was a reflection of their own confidence. They were scared for me, so they tried to destroy me by saying, well, you're mad, crazy, that's not safe, that's not secure. But as you found out this year with redundancies and change, what is secure in actual fact? And the other group of people will suddenly become your expert advisors, but they're giving you a whole load of duff suggestions. And what this is a reflection of is their ego, because this bunch are actually really very jealous of you. They wanted to have the confidence to step in forward like yourself and start their own business, but they've never found it. And their only way of form of self-defense is to try and destroy you, to try and undermine your confidence. When you're surrounded by a franchise family, you're locked into a proven business model and your sanity is saved and your courage and conviction are protected by the business experts in the family. And not only do they want you to succeed, as I said before, they really need you to succeed. And this will help you to deal with those two sorts of lovely friends that suddenly turn up in your life. My final point today is to say, well, do you know what? If you are borderline mad and find it easy to block out the destructors and you love a roller coaster ride, please do go ahead and create a wonderful business from scratch with a blank piece of paper. I did. But I say that with one condition only. Please build your business with strong, scalable processes so that when the time comes, you can franchise your business model for everyone else to enjoy who wishes to remain sane. So my name is Sam Acton. I've been in your shoes. I was made redundant, and after my second redundancy, I created my business Domestic Angels, which years later I went on to convert to a franchise. I'm probably better positioned than most people to talk to you and listen to you about the benefits of choosing the different options for creating business and for even going into business anyway. So if you'd like a chat, give me a call, send me an email, let's book a Zoom and have a coffee and talk things through.